Hello everyone, this is Jacob Elbaum over from Adley, writing on the Adley blog. And today I wanted to help you guys to create a Google business listing. So basically anybody who does have a local business, I would highly recommend that you create a Google business listing to keep it really clear cut and simple. If someone is searching for a business like yours, for example, let's say you are Joe, the pizzeria owner, and I'm visiting somewhere such as Galena in Illinois, and I search in Galena, Illinois, pizzerias. So Joe's business will actually show up along with the phone number and the address, and that definitely makes it much easier for me as a potential customer to keep Joe top of mind. Maybe I'll even give him a call. Maybe I could even see if he'll prepare my pizza before I come. It just gives me a much better chance of actually getting that customer in the door. So without further ado, I will show you guys exactly how to do this. So first of all, I would say I'd highly recommend, if you don't already have a Gmail account, I would highly recommend that you create a Gmail account, just because Google has a lot of great solutions, and most of the time they do require an account with them. So I've already created an account for this, so I'm going to sign in, or I actually already have, to my Adley test Gmail account. So here we could start off by listing the business name. Let's just take Joe's Pizzeria as a good example. And you could see there are some over around the world. That just shows you how many Joe's Pizzerias there are and how many people are active in these Google listings. So for location, I'm going to take the United States, of course. And let's say just somewhere, I'd say let's start with a place in Chicago. So let's go with 250 Wabash Street. And here we would fill in the city, Chicago, as I said. Here would be the state. In that case, it would be Illinois. Here would be the zip code. Not actually sure what the zip code is, so let's say example 95014. Don't know your zip code? Find it out here. Let's see what this provides for us. Look up a zip code. Very nice. So let's actually, maybe you guys will need to use the same kind of tool. If so, definitely use it. I would just take advantage of this opportunity and say, the more specific and detailed you are in this listing, obviously the better, because it's better to always be more transparent and for it to be much easier for someone to find you than not finding you and then potentially losing a customer who could have walked through the door. I see here that we have North Wabash, South Wabash. I'm going to make this easy and say North Wabash 60601. I'm going to change this to in the address, North Wabash Street 60601. I'm going to put here. Main business phone, it will probably ask you to verify this, which you probably put in a business phone number in any case when you created your Gmail account. So in this case you would put the same phone number. Just for demonstrative purposes, I will put my phone number here as well. Here you'll put the category of your business. In this case it's a pizzeria. Here, pizza restaurant. As you could see, there's also pizza delivery, pizza restaurant, and pizza takeaway. Definitely a potential option if let's say you are Joe, the pizzeria owner, but you also offer takeaway and delivery. Maybe you'd want to actually create 3 listings. One that's a phone number and an address specifically for each one. Again, if someone's searching for a pizzeria on Wabash Street in Chicago, and you have 3 listings, each one very specific to whatever the needs are of the person who's looking for you, much better chance that you'll get that customer in the door. So pizza restaurant. Obviously I don't actually have a pizzeria, so I don't have a website, but let's say I did. Joe's Pizzeria Chi-town.com. I deliver goods and services to my customers at their location. Of course, if in the category I had chosen pizza takeaway, pizza delivery, then I would have selected yes. But in this case, I don't. So I click now continue. And of course, the original link that I used in order to get into Google My Business and to create the listing, of course, I'll share it below. You can't miss it. So here it says the following businesses look similar to the business that you added. Is one of them yours? And Google may or may not do this depending on what your business is, what your address is, and whatnot. So obviously just go through it. No, we're not Giordano's. No, we're not the Cucina Italiana and Pizzeria, and we're not Cajun Joe's. So none of them match. Keep the information I entered. And then Google kind of just checks over, makes sure that this is exactly how you want it to look. Joe's Pizzeria, 250 North Wabash, Chicago, Illinois, 60601, and my phone number. And I am authorized to manage this business, and I agree. So in this case, I would click on this so that there's that check mark there, and click continue. Google is now setting up my Google business listing. So the next thing is to really verify that business listing. In other words, Google doesn't want to just flood the internet. And I definitely say this is where you actually can, I guess this is actually where it serves you better, even if this is somewhat of an annoying step to go through. Google doesn't want to just have tons of listings from people who went through the exact process like I just did on the internet. You saw it only took me a few minutes, and they don't want everyone to just be able to fill it out quickly and basically get that listing live on there, and then you just have a lot of false listings. So what they actually do is they require to send you physical piece of postal mail to the address that you said your business is at, and that's what's actually going to kind of change your listing from I'd say temporary to actually live, to actually bring it as a real business listing. So I can choose verify later, but if I do, then I won't show up in Google when people are searching on Wabash Street for pizzerias. So really it has no value to me. So I'd start with clicking on mail. Here, optional contact name. If you are Joe's Pizzeria, maybe you have a manager, or maybe you have someone else that's going to be at the pizzeria because maybe Joe's not always around. As it says, keep an eye out for the postcard. It should arrive with your verification code in 1 to 2 weeks. I have done this a few times, and they often get it to you within, I even say within 3 to 5 business days. So, Google's pretty on top of their stuff. So let's say Joe's not actually going to be at the pizzeria. However, Susie will be. So I'll put Susie, send postcard. Hopefully Google won't be angry at me for wasting postal mail on this one. Your business will appear as unverified until you verify using the code sent to you. Don't delay. It's only good for 30 days. In other words, Google will actually show that your business exists, but it will show as being unverified, meaning a potential customer is going to see it and they might not assume that it's actually accurate information, because they will differentiate between the verified and the unverified. Good chance that they'll call someone who is verified over you. So yeah, and again, it comes in the mail, this piece of postal mail that you get that says Google on it, and don't delay. Once you get it, go through this process again. It'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Sorry, not to go through this process again. Do what it tells you to do on the actual piece of mail, and try to do it as quick as you possibly can. Now I'll click continue, and that is about it. You can see there's a lot of really, really nice things that you can do here, very fancy stuff. You could add a virtual tour, which is really, really neat, where people can actually see the inside of your business. Highly recommend it, but I definitely understand if that takes a few more additional resources you're not prepared for. Another thing people really, really like to see on business listings are photos. You're able here to add photos that you may have of your internal, of your interior or exterior space. I definitely would recommend that as well. I think it's a good idea to just even ask your manager or do it yourself. Walk outside your business, take some pictures of the outside, take some pictures of the inside, and provide those here. There's also a way for people who have visited the pizzeria to share those exterior interior photos as well here. Sometimes that's even preferred to a potential customer because he's able to get other people's experience and not just the owner, because of course sometimes the owner trying to sell and makes things look a little bit nicer than they truly are. So yeah, I mean, just going through this a little bit, here's where you're going to get some business insights. Here's where you're going to get some reviews. This is actually where you're going to be able to, as you see, verify your business, to read and respond to reviews. Just like I said, people can upload photos. People can also write Google reviews about your business, good experiences, bad experiences. I'd highly recommend, once your business is verified, to always make sure that you are staying up to date on this. This is very, very important. I know I wrote about it in a different blog post. Always respond, good reviews, bad reviews, show you're present, show that you are around. People really do appreciate that. It makes a really big difference. Another thing you can do is add a profile photo. That's just, a nice way of, again, building up your brand, showing who you are, giving someone an image to kind of relate to and to remember when they actually go walk over to your pizza place. They'll see the same logo or the same sign as they actually did when they were searching on Google. It's just a great way to kind of carry over what they experienced in the digital world off to the offline world. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys very much. If you do have any questions, always feel free to ask. You can feel free to comment. Please share. And yeah, that's about all. Hope you guys have a good one.